Manchester United 1, Fulham 0. Goal scorer Lisandro Martinez. You know his nickname, the Butcher. He is my man of the match for today. 8 things which I learned from today's game. The first point, Rasmus is not interested in running. Rasmus has become a lazy player. I don't know if it's part of the tactic from Amiron to say you don't need to press, you don't need to run around, just chill, just wait for the ball. I've seen a weakness in Rasmus. Hopefully it's the tactic from the coach, not to make him run a lot, to save the energy when he's got the ball. I've also seen a weakness from Rasmus. He doesn't pass to Kanasho, I've told you. And I was checking also the stats. He only passed once, in about 60 minutes to Kanasho. Rasmus didn't have a shot at goal, didn't have even an attempt. That's one thing I've learned about Rasmus. He has become a lazy player. The other thing, point number 2, I've seen that all players, they make heavy touches. Expect maybe if Ahmad is the only one who's got a close touch. Even Martinez is the other one. But the rest, they've got a heavy touch. When we talk about heavy touch, we're saying if the ball is passed to you, instead of making it not go far, you don't have like a close control to control the ball. It's just you do a heavy touch and you have to follow the ball running. That's what I say, they don't have a heavy touch. For those who are able to watch the match, please try to watch what I'm saying. The third point which I've checked, we lack goal threat. The whole of 90 minutes, we only had one shot on target. We had about 4 attempts, of which those attempts are just, remember there's a free kick, just some shots, random shots, but we had one shot at target, and that shot was from Martinez, and surprise, surprise, that was the goal. We lack a goal threat. One of the reasons why I say we're lacking goal threat, and which contributes to us lacking that goal threat, is that we don't pass to each other. We spend most of the time in our half. We spend most of the time at the back. We don't occupy the second part of the field, which is the opposition half. And it will go back to my point which I said, I don't think those players like each other. There's an issue starting from the midfield going front. It's just like a transition team. The players are used to be in a transition team. That's why we lack a goal threat. 4, the whole team lacks speed. Naturally, we don't have fast players. That's the first point. And also, they don't try to sprint. I was looking at Fulham. Fulham, they sprint a lot. Look at Adana Traore. Look at Eobi. Even Robinson on the left wing, that one. What a player. As we're lacking left back players, we should look at that guy, Robinson, for Fulham. What a player. Our players are so slow. It's like they're at a modeling contest. We're not fast enough. I don't know what is the problem with that. Is it that we don't just have athletes, or is just we've got a bunch of lazy players? That's one thing which I've noticed. We are very slow in running, and we don't give that too much effort when we're running. Number 5. We talked about exchanging passes. The team cannot exchange passes. Just at least 3 or 4 passes, it can't. We lose the ball easily. I don't know. You can't teach these players who are playing in the Premier League to start to teach them how to pass the ball. I see it as a big weakness. I see it as a big problem. We've got majority of players who are not able, who are not comfortable with the ball. I will just give an example of Ahmad. Ahmad is the only one who's comfortable with the ball from players who are in the attacking side. Zeski is also good, but I feel like his confidence is very low. That's the other problem which I've noticed. Point 6. We are very slow in everything we do. We are very slow, be it throwing, be it passing, be it thinking. We are very slow in what we do. I've seen that as a problem again. We are very slow as a team. So I don't know also what needs to be done there. Point number 7. We lack players who have got that streetwise mentality. We lack players who have got that streetwise mentality. I can give you an example of Martinez. I can give you an example of Casemiro. I can give you an example of even Bruno. Those who have got that ability to play outside the rules. You saw what Martinez, you remember on my last video what I told you about Martinez and Traore. You saw what he did. For those who didn't see, he had to go and shove Traore. I told you those two, they've got a bone to chew. But I like the mentality of Martinez. He's got that South American mentality. You know, you don't need to just play by the book sometimes. Sometimes you just need to be a bit smart. You need to play around with the ref. You need to fake injuries. You know, all sort of things. They contribute to a winning team. Look at what Arsenal does. If you want to see people who are called streetwise, look at Arsenal team. That's my typical example of a team which is surrounded by people with that streetwise soccer. But for us, I only see 3 people. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I only see Martinez, I only see Casemiro, of which Casemiro, I don't know if he's still a player. He's just someone who comes to warm the bench, to just enjoy, to be paid 350. I don't know if he's still a player. The last point number 8. We lack players like Ahmad with a skill set like the one for Ahmad, with the brain and the skill like the one for Ahmad. We've got one player in the team, which is himself, Ahmad Diallo. I wish our players can have that mentality, but we're surrounded with people who are just used to run, who are just used to space, who just want to be given the ball, who just want to complain when it's not necessary. We're surrounded by people like that. I wish we had people like Ahmad. I'm sure our team will go far. But we're asking a lot from the coach with these players, which doesn't suit what he's trying, which doesn't suit the modern type of soccer which he's trying to introduce to Manchester United. So those are my points which I gave you. Rasmus, the players touch, goal threat, pace, where we don't pass, we're slow in everything. The players lack that streetwise mentality. We need more players like Ahmad. As of player ratings for today's game, as I told you on top of the video, we won 1-0, courtesy of Martinez long range shot, the butcher. Onana, I'll give him 8. He saved 1 or 2 goals, but he didn't have a lot to do. He didn't make a mistake again, so I'll give him an 8. Delete 7. He did well, but he ended up being substituted. So that's why I give him a 7. Martinez, he did well. He's part of the defense which kept a clean sheet, and he scored. He's becoming a goal threat. Martinez having those late runs. He's becoming a goal threat. So I'll give him a 9. Maguire was solid as always. He was part of the defense which kept a clean sheet. I'll give him an 8. Mazarawi and Dalot, they did well up and down on the wings. I'll give both of them 8, since they are part of the defense also, which contributed to a clean sheet. Bruno, I'll give him a 7. They didn't create a lot up front. He played well as usual. The captain complaining, shouting, rallying the team behind, but I'll give him a 7. Ugarte, I'll give him an 8. He was fighting until he got injured. Hopefully that injury is not big. Hopefully you play in the next match. Europa, we don't really need him, but we've got a home match against the Crystal Palace. Hopefully Ugarte will play in that match. I'll give him 8. Ahmad, 9. He doesn't he's always running, and he always come to life when the match is about to finish. I don't know, he's example of a faggy person, a faggy type of player, Ferguson type of player. As you know, the great man, he had what's called the faggy time. The moment he start to look at his reach, looking at the time, how much time is left, you know that something is going to happen. Ahmad has got a thing that as we enter the 80-minute mark, he now becomes a different person. Ahmad, I'll give him an 8. It was very unfortunate that he didn't score that goal. They said it's an offside, but still, I'll give him a 9 for that. Rasmus, I didn't see what he did. I don't know what's happening with Rasmus. Please, guys, anyone who's able to tell me what's happening with Rasmus, can you please comment? Can you please tell me what's happening with Rasmus? Is he moving with the injury? What's wrong with Rasmus? It's no longer the Rasmus which was playing first season under Ten Hag. This Rasmus, I'm worried about him. Maybe he's injured, so I must not talk bad about him. Garnacho, he tried, he runs, but I wish he's able to pass. He's just used to running. And if you give him the ball facing the back, he will make a back pass. He's not able to turn. He wants space. He wants space to run. He wants to be one-on-one on a defender. The moment there are two on him, they double on him, it becomes difficult. Sometimes I question his decision-making, but he's a goal threat. I'll give him a 7. Euro, the substitutes. Euro, Zeski, they played well. Nothing much to write home about. But I'll give Collier a 7. Collier was very good. He had that goal line clearance. We almost conceded, but luckily he was on the goal. We almost conceded another set piece, but thanks to Collier, thanks to his quick thinking, even Martinez on his post-match interview, he said, I thank people like Collier. This is going to be a great player. And I've told you, I want Collier to start the matches, but it seems the coach is bringing him bit by bit. But what a player for the future. Maimo, I'll give him a 7 today. He did well. He played well. He exchanged those passes with Ahmad. The goal which they said is it's an offside, but I'll just give him a 7. Malacia, he just came to destroy things. He did well. Nothing bad to write home about. He played well. So for Malacia, I'll give him 6. For Ruben, I'll give him an 8 out of 10 because we managed to win and we didn't concede any goal away, which is a good thing. On Amaral CV, I think it's one of his clean sheets because we've been conceding almost every game. So I would say this is a plus on his CV. Hopefully when we play Crystal Palace, we're going to win. It will be our first time we win back-to-back matches in the Premier League. But otherwise, everything is good. We're still on position 12, but our win next time, I'm sure it will make us maybe number 11 or 10 if possible. I'll see how many points we are behind Fulham. Yesterday I was saying 7, so it's going to be very difficult. We are not going, even if we win the next match, we won't go on number 10. The most we can do is number 11, but still we need to win all those matches. This is your United Uncle. See you tomorrow. I've got a nice video which I'm going to put to you guys about balance of the team. I'm gonna load it tomorrow. Tell me what you think about it. Thank you. Enjoy your night.